Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Monday, September 30th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin with an update on TNA Wrestling television tapings. Canceled last week due to the effects of Hurricane Helene, TNA Wrestling announced on Sunday that it has rescheduled those shows for this week. In a press release issued yesterday, TNA announced two Impact tapings taking place this coming Wednesday and Thursday at Skyway Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. The events had been scheduled for last Friday and Saturday in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but their cancellations were due to the path of Hurricane Helene, which made landfall in Florida last Thursday and caused catastrophic damage in parts of the southeastern United States. TNA announced all proceeds from ticket sales, which go on sale today, will be donated to hurricane relief efforts in the city of Spartanburg. Turning to Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling held its Destruction in Kobe event inside Kobe's World Hall on Sunday. In the main event, Tetsuya Naito retained the IWGP World title, putting down the challenge of the Great Okan. One championship did change hands on the show as Shingo Takagi began his fifth reign as Never Openweight champion, knocking off Hinare. Others making successful defenses at the event were IWGP Global Champion David Finlay, World Junior Heavyweight Champion Doki, and Never Openweight six-man tag team champions Hiroshi Tanahashi, Toru Yano, and Oleg Boltin. And we close with WWE making a stop in Huntsville, Alabama last night for a Super Show live event at the Von Braun Civic Center. In the show's main event, Cody Rhodes defeated AJ Styles to retain the WWE title. Other championship matches saw Bayley top women's champ Nia Jax by disqualification. Women's tag team champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill turned back Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And in the night's opening match, Jey Uso retained his newly won Intercontinental title over former champion Braun Breaker. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.